Everyone, welcome to the show. So, Republicans are feeling a little unsettled this week, not just because of Donald Trump's administration being, totally beclowning themselves, I should say, being exposed as the fraudulent and incompetent clown show that it is. That should concern them, don't get me wrong. But what they're most nervous about is the fact that Democrats just scored one very surprising victory this week. The other one, not as surprising, but still good. And then they're within striking distance on a third issue and a third race. So here's what all's going down. In December of last year, a Pennsylvania state senator named Ryan Aument, he had resigned from office. He went and took another job with a U.S. senator, I believe it was. So Aument is a Republican. His district is solidly red. So no one was worried about it. Nobody thought much of it. Well, in a special election that was held this week, Democrat James Malone beat the Republican candidate by just over 500 votes. And to give you guys an idea of how big of an upset this was, this district, like I said, it's solidly red. It's located in a rural area, like a farming area of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And it went for Trump by 15% in 2024. Huge, right? So for a Democrat, Democrats have not won. It's my understanding they have not won this district since the 1800s. That's how solidly red this was. And as you guys all know, the state of Pennsylvania flipped to Donald Trump in 2024. It went for Biden just barely in 2020 and then flipped back to Trump in 2024. And also this week, and also in Pennsylvania, Democrat Dan, I believe his last name is pronounced Gugnauer, Gugnauer. Anyway, he won another special election for the Pennsylvania State House. So this one, like I said, it wasn't as big of a surprise because the seat was previously held by a Democrat who sadly passed away in January. But both of these wins show the Democratic voters are engaged and they are motivated to come out and vote because you don't see this in off-year elections. People are really pissed off and motivated to get out there. So this is an ominous sign for Republicans, especially since there's a Democrat in Florida also that's nipping at the heels of the Republican candidate in that race. So this is also in a district that Trump won by double digits last year in the presidential election. And there's even more on the line for this seat because this is for the U.S. House of Representatives. So this is not a state race. This is for a congressional federal race for the U.S. House. So this is District 6 in Florida. This was a seat that was previously held by Republican Mike Waltz. So if that name sounds familiar, yes, it is that Mike Waltz, the one who is now accused of accidentally adding a reporter to a Signal chat where Trump's national security heads were, just casually discussing specific details about bombing another country. So Waltz, before Trump tapped him to work in his administration, Waltz easily won this district. He won his reelection in 2024. He won by 30 points just in November. Then, like I said, he goes to work for the Trump administration. So he leaves his seat vacant. And of course, Republicans are like, this is a shoo-in, right? Guy won it by 30 points. It's Florida. We're going to win. Well, guess what? The Democrat in the race is Josh Weil. He is now trailing the Republican candidate by only 4 points. Yeah. Recent polls show that the Republican is at 48%. This Democrat, Weil, is at 44%. And that falls within the polls margin of error, which is 4.9%. There's also an internal poll. I don't know how the media found out about this, but there was an internal poll conducted by the Republicans campaign, and it also shows that Weil is within striking distance. So this Fine guy, he has also outraised the Republican candidate by quite a bit, by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And MAGA is now very obviously freaking out about this. Trump humper Steve Bannon, sloppy Steve, three shirt Steve, he voiced concern about this race just this past Monday. So Bannon went on his show and he said, quote, "We have a candidate that I don't think is winning. That's an issue." Yeah. And it's bad because both Trump and Don Jr. have both been posting about this race on social media, and they're encouraging the base to get out and vote. They know, let's say even if the Republican candidate wins, if he doesn't win by 30 points like Waltz did, or if he even, wins, let's say he wins, but it's by double digits, that's a huge media story. That if he loses any ground from where Waltz was, this is going to be seen as a referendum on Trump's presidency, as it should be. So this special election is next Tuesday, April 1st. And according to Florida Politics news outlet, among voters who have already cast their ballots, so people who have either voted in person or submitted their ballots, early ballots by mail, Weil is leading 51-47. So the Democrat is leading. So his Republican challenger, Randy Fine, he is going to have to make up for lost ground this week. If he's going to pull this off, he's going to have to bring in enough people between now and then to make up for the advantage that the Democrat has already, racked up. And if the Democrat wins, or like I said, even if he comes close, that is going to be a political earthquake going off. I mean, it is going to be all hands on deck. It's going to, okay, I have to share something with you guys. I sometimes will just have random thoughts. As you guys know, longtime viewers of the show know, my mind works in mysterious ways. And one day I was like, hey, maybe I should hold a challenge for my audience. And I'll send someone a signed copy of my book for, coming up with something or bringing, the funniest joke to me or whatever. And I was like, oh, how about if I had them come up with fake porn names, like fake porn movie names? I'm going to tell you guys what mine would be. And this is why I just thought of it, because mine would be like something with a nautical theme called All Hands on Dick. Like I said, I don't know, my mind, just useless shit up there. Anyway, if you want to send yours to me, please go ahead. I will leave it at that. All right. Anyway, I will keep an eye on all of this. I will definitely let you know how these races or this one race goes down next week. There's another one too for Matt Gaetz' old seat, but I don't think that one's close. She is the candidate, the Democratic candidate is outraising him, but I don't think that she has a chance. I mean, his district is just so ridiculous. so ridiculously MAGA. So anyway, I will let you know. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.